Technique number 9 in the Kenpo Karate for Christ third round curriculum is crushing limb. Crushing limb is going to be where our technique 10 should be, which is our grab technique. But it moves up to number 9 because technique 10 is going to be another combination attack, because we're trying to fit all these in. And we just did a combination attack of a kick punch. So this next combination attack in technique 10 is going to be a punch-punch combination. But rather than have kick punch, then punch-punch, here we moved what would be otherwise the grab technique up to number 9. So that's where we get crushing limb. Crushing limb is going to be our two-hand lapel grab, right? And it's pulling you forward here. So they're grabbing hold of you and they're jerking you in. And as they bring you in with this two-hand lapel grab, we're going to step in here, and we're going to be sneaky about it, but this one's going to set the arm cradle position. So the arm cradle is a 2-on-1, two of your hands on one of their arms. We're catching the elbow in a lock that's like they're losing a wrestling match, right? Similar to, in some ways, doing a figure 4, but on the other side. But there's some differences with the figure 4 too. So the way this is going to work is, as we step forward, with the left, right? As they pull you in, we're going to give it, let them have it. Boom. Okay. You want me, you got me. Let them pull you in. And as we step in, we're going to turn the head and use the back of the head to headbutt with it. Right? So turn your head, boom, hitting them with the back of the head, and just really collapse on them, get in real close. At the same time, my right arm is going to sneak up here with like an outward hooking parry. It should be on the inside of his left forearm here as we come up and over their left forearm, right? They've grabbed here. So I'm sneaking up between their arms with this right arm onto that left side forearm as we step in and headbutt. And from here, I'm going to reach around. This can be an elbow too. That headbutt can be followed by an elbow through the ribs, but I want to come all the way under his arm and grab my own hand here and hug everything. So I'm hugging his arm that's already bent. That left arm's already bent. I've got this coming up between the arms, so I'm over the top. This one's coming around from underneath and grabbing, and we hug that arm together. And I've got his elbow. Now it's important with this arm cradle, one, don't let your elbow flare up this way, because you're going to have control of his arm, his wrist, on this side of your forearm, and as that elbow comes up, that wrist can slip out here. And if you've got them bent here, they can slip underneath that hold if you start coming horizontal. So you want to keep a vertical position with your right arm. The left hand comes up and I'm grabbing my own fingers like that reverse gooseneck idea, kind of pulling my fingers back, and it's in between that hook here. This is where it's going to hook his arm and capture his arm along the back of my wrist. The other hand coming up, grabbing and setting that hold here. In between that little hole right here, there, that's hooked his wrist, and I've got his elbow caught. That's like the handcuffs right there, latched onto his left wrist. And I'm hugging that elbow in tight. That's why it's arm cradle. Right? It's like holding the baby. Right? Elbow. Boom. Catch the elbow, grabbing it tight. And from here, I'm going to take 2 steps. I step back with the left and pull the elbow forward. So once they're losing the wrestling match, then I'm going to draw the elbow forward, which should cause them to start turning their whole back to you. And at this point, you will have their balance. They'll only be standing up because they're leaning on you. You're holding them up. So we're going to step out from underneath them from this position. You've got their elbow, you've jerked it forward. They may even drop down onto a knee as you do this. Step back with your right foot and turn, and that will turn them face up, dropping them down onto their back. There. So again, grab your lapel, they're pulling it forward. I'm going to sneaky slip this hand in. The elbow's coming around and hitting, and the headbutt. All of that step 1 into the hold. Boom. Catching this arm cradle, right, hugging it in, crushing limb. Limb is for his arms, and we're crushing it because it's an attack to the elbow. As we step back, pull that elbow forward, keeping it hugged. Step back again, dropping him. It turns him face up, drops him down on the back. We're going to finish with our dropping knee and punch. The knee will drop somewhere to the sternum, diaphragm area. Punch, left punch to the face. and then from there, full cover out. Again, this can be an inward side kick to his chin if he's trying to get up. But the left front cross, steps, and we come out again. Now, crushing limb, this actual position here, this arm cradle position, the hold that comes from is called onikadaki in Japanese, and it means to crush the demon. So that's where the crushing idea comes from. So we're attacking his arm, in this case, not a demon, but his limb. That's where the limb comes from, but it's still that crushing idea as we step, and that's where the name comes from, crushing limb. So they grab, they pull, we step inward. Doing a headbutt, slicing elbow, so that has to hit but slice through. We don't want to get that elbow to where it hits and stops on the ribs. It's got to pull all the way through the other side of the arm so that we catch his whole arm, hugging it in with that headbutt, elbow, grab, step back, pull that elbow forward, and almost turns his back. May drop him down on a knee. Second step back, boom, and if you need to, that second step can go more on the 45. This way it doesn't, because if you rotate all the way back to 6, that can blow their elbow out, which is fine in application, but for the sake of your training partner, it's better to step straight back, pull that arm, and then step back a little more on the diagonal, here to 430, dropping them down, and then I'm going to drop with the knee, left knee, and punch at the same time. Left can be an inward side kick going into your front cross, step, and step back, full cover out. So again, crushing limb, they grab, they pull, catch the elbow, pull, drop, punch, and escape.